What is going on, guys? My name is Joe Nazarino. I'm a military officer slash multi-class asset investor. I took the honor and privilege to be a part of this amazing community of empowering and energizing our Filipino youth, as well as being a supporter and a factor in their journey towards success. I'm beyond excited to be a part of this team, and I look forward to the exciting journey of motivation and future success of our Filipino youth.
Hello everyone, this is Tita Billy from Sweden, founder of Change Coach Academy and author of the upcoming book, What Size Is Your Bra? I joined AYO Youth Empowerment because of you. I believe in you because you are worth it. You are the walking ambassador of yourself. You are the investment worth investing. You are the youth of today, the future leaders of tomorrow, the change makers, the shakers and movers and innovators. Dream big, whatever it is, because we are here to help you. We are here to make that a reality. Believe, receive, and achieve. Be bold, be brave, be beautiful. God bless.
Hello and good day, ASEAN youth. This is Patrick C. Paez, born and raised in the Philippines, currently stationed here in Belgium, and I am a non-commissioned officer serving in the United States Air Force. One thing I believe in is karma. Anything you do, good or bad, will eventually come back to you. It might not be the same thing that you did, but eventually it will come back to you. Really honored to be part of ASEAN Youth Organization's Youth Empowerment Philippines chapter. Kita-kits in the future.
Hi everyone, this is Carmela Lylon, Mrs. Universe New Zealand 2019 and 2020. I am happily married for 20 years now and have been blessed with 3 wonderful kids. Outside work, I'd love to be part of my community, be it social, cultural, or spiritual. It has always been my passion to help other people and create positive contribution not only to my adoptive country, New Zealand, but also across the globe. That is why I'm so excited to be part of this team, the ASEAN Youth Organization, to use my God-given talents to inspire the youth out there to feel more confidently beautiful and secure in hopes that they can actually achieve their dreams if they try and trust that their dreams are God's dream for them. Thank you so much and see you. God bless.
And they're out. Hello guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm here again. Kevin Parungaw, also known as Kuya Kebs. And right now, I'm really excited to be part of ASEAN Youth Organization Empowerment Team here in the Philippines. So, just as you know, Kuya Kebs is a youth advocate and I handle small groups and youth ministries. And I know this organization will help me to reach out and enhance my gifts and talents for all the youth in the Philippines and other countries. So, guys, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Can I plant some seeds of positivity in your mind for a few minutes? Thank you. Where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? Do something today that you will thank your future self for. My name is Jeremy of Germination Events, creating inspired nations in action. I'm a nurse specialist based here in UK, and I'm an advocate of the overseas Filipino entrepreneurs. I am passionate in empowering positive mindset for the ASEAN Youth Organization. Always be great.
Hi everyone, this is Kathy Valdez of Youth Empowerment Department and also the reigning queen of Mrs. World Philippines Universe. I am very happy and honored to be in a team of people who have the same passion as me, which is doing our very best with our knowledge and wisdom on helping the youth in the Philippines become the great leaders of our next generation. The whole team are working so hard and we are very excited in the future to slowly share with you all the project plans that we are working on for the benefit of our youth in the Philippines. Thank you so much.
Huwag mong pansinin ang naninira sa'yo. 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 Basta't alam mo lang tamang ginagawa mo. Huwag mong isipin, huwag mong dibdibin. Kung papatulan mo, lalo ka lang aasarin. No si balasi. Sino ba sila? No si balasi. Sino ba sila? Talagang ganyan, huwag mo lang patulan. Wala lang makuha, kaya sila'y nagkakaganyan. No si balasi. Sino ba sila? 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 Sino?
Wash your hands or sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask and maintain a safe distance.
Hello! Warm greetings! Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and I'm your host for today's webinar. A little bit about myself. I am the founder of Germination Conference and Events, One Nation Awards UK, and Germination Got Champion Talent Competition. I'm a nurse here in London, and I'm an advocate of the overseas Filipino entrepreneurs, and I'm also into international distribution business. I'm a visitor host for Virtual Networking Global Group, and I'm a columnist of One Philippines news magazine here in the UK, and I'm a part of the Youth Empowerment Department of the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines, and I'm a live streamer on Facebook and in YouTube. That's all about me. And before we begin, I highly encourage everyone to please ask questions. There's no silly or stupid questions. So if you have any questions, please write it on the comment section of whichever social media platform you're watching is on. And I'm here to cater all these questions to our guest speaker. And of course, pen and papers is a must. We should uh, encourage you to take down notes. So we are simultaneously live streaming, not just here on Facebook on this AYO page, but also on YouTube under Germination. And if you know anybody who will benefit from this webinar, from our today's topic, please share this link, tag them along, as what we all say, sharing is caring. So this webinar is in partnership with ASEAN Youth Organization, an ASEAN-approved non-profit organization that spreads awareness of the ASEAN to over 200 million youth of today to the Southeast Asia. This webinar is also brought to you by our partners, the ASEAN Youth Journal, Rotaract One ASEAN, Espamuda International Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Rotaract Alabang, Madrigal Business Park, Rotary Club of Alabang, and Rotary District 3830. So our topic for today is about the value of ethics in meeting sustainable development goals. The aim of this webinar is to promote the importance of entrepreneurial skills, especially in this time of global crisis where millions of jobs were lost. As what the famous American motivational speaker Jim Rohn said, formal education can make us a living, but self-education can make us a fortune. Creating our own economy through our own business instead of relying on employment and working for somebody else is something that the youth of today has to embrace and to seriously consider. Here with us today is a senator from the World Business Angel Investment Forum, Zimbabwe, who will enlighten us on the value of ethics in meeting sustainable development goals through business and entrepreneurship. But before I introduce our guest speaker, let me just play this video.
Hello, good people. My name is Bradwell Mhonderwa from Zimbabwe. On the 23rd of this month, I'll be speaking to you on the value of ethics in meeting SDGs. Indeed, the value of ethics in today's organization can no longer be overemphasized. Ethics means integrity. Ethics means responsible business conduct. Ethics means good business. So on the 23rd, let's make a date.
Yes. So our guest speaker for today is the founder and executive director of Ethics Institute in Zimbabwe. He's a trainer and for corporate ethics. He's a senator from the World Business Angel Investment Forum. So, are you ready for our special guest? Let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Bradwell. So, Bradwell Mhonderwa.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, founder of Ethics Institute in Zimbabwe. How are you, Bradwell?
I'm all right. Thank you, Jamie.
No problem. So the floor is yours.
It's all right. Thank you so much. Indeed, the value of ethics in today's organization, today's business sectors, can no longer be overemphasized. Hence the topic of our topic today, considering the value of ethics in meeting SDGs. He said that show me unstoppable success. Now, that statement, looking at that statement, speaks to the heart of an ethical organization. What Bill Gates is simply telling us here is that integrity equals success. What do you mean by integrity? Obviously, by integrity, we are looking at values such as transparency, accountability, honesty, trust, fairness, being at the center of defining the way we do things here of an organization. And when we talk about success, we are looking at basically the triple bottom line. That is the three P's: people, planet, and profit. Besides profit, the success of today's business must also be measured on the basis of how it treats people around it and how it mitigates things like global warming, things like the depletion of the ozone layer, things like climate change. Now, looking at the element of people, who are these people that the organization has to consider in its operations? We are looking at the employees of the organization, their welfare, their safety, their health, their dependents, the welfare of their dependents, the communities in which that organization does business. The organization has to be seen to be promoting human rights. It has to promote poverty alleviation, funding issues to do with community projects, community development projects, and projects earmarked for empowerment of youths and women. That should be the role of a responsible organization of today, a responsible business of today. So what this really implies is that the triple bottom line is the same as the SDGs. Because the issue that you are highlighting here are the Sustainable Development Goals, as highlighted by United Nations. They are the triple bottom line. So when an organization attains or achieves the triple bottom line, what it is effectively doing is to address the SDGs. So what must an organization do in order to build up strong ethics in its operations? To answer this particular question, let's possibly start by defining what ethics really is. Let me say the word ethics comes from a Greek word ethikos, which means integrity or character. And loosely speaking, we can define ethics as a set of either formal or informal standards of behavior for a particular organization or a grouping. That organization could be a business, it could be a public institution, it could be an NGO, it could be a geopolitical region like ASEAN, like Africa. It could be a nation, which means that what we call ethics is defined according to a specific grouping. There's no one size fits all in ethics. What may be ethical in Asia certainly may not be ethical in Africa. Or what may be ethical in Europe, the Western world, say, certainly may not be ethical in Asia. What may be ethical in, say, Malaysia may not be ethical in Indonesia. What may be ethical in, say, Organization Y in the Philippines may not be ethical in Organization X in the Philippines. Ethics is specific to a particular organization. An organization has to define its own ethics. A nation has to define its own ethics. A region has to define its own ethics. But that's not to say there are no ethical values that have a universal appeal. Values, ethical values that cuts across our diverse cultural backgrounds to inform the way we do things as human beings in the whole
Right. Many thanks for your patience. It is the we lost the. I think our speaker lost his internet connection, but just to sum it all up, while we are waiting for him to come back, is he was talking about the three P's, which are people, planet, and profit. These are the bottom line that are very important in order to which sustainable development goals are based upon. As what we all know, uh, businesses are there first and foremost to provide service, and after providing service to a lot of people, then this is when money comes in. You have to provide service first before you can achieve your financial or monetary goals. So that is profit, right? So every business should be profitable in order for it to be sustainable. Without profit, there's no business, right? You can't sustain your business. And the second one is the people that has to be looked after because they are the ones who are doing the hard work. And so the organization should look after the people, the employees, the community, serve serve them. And the last thing is that you mentioned was about the planet. So as we all know, the ozone layer is thinning, everything, all this global warming, and we have all of us. It is all our responsibility to look after our planet. We have to be environment friendly, and our business, whether it's in food, especially if you're in food or in industry, anything something to do with industrials, uh, has to be mindful of the planet because this is the place that we live in. So our one of the goals of an organization or a business is, especially if you're in food business or in other industries that can harm the environment, we should do everything, do whatever it takes in order to have sustainable materials that can be biodegradable. So let me just see who is on. We are in ASEAN Youth Organization Facebook page and also on YouTube under Germination. Thank you for your patience. We're just waiting for our speaker to come back with his internet connection. Our speaker has just messaged me on WhatsApp. He said there was an interruption and he's working on it. So while waiting for our speaker to come back, let me just play this video for you.
Since the sunshine comes from the east, till the light of the dark is coming, we are all up in our eyes, we are all up in our heart, we are all up in our mind, under the same sky. Not only one in blood and land, not only one on skin's color and language, we have one spirit. have one spirit. We're one in struggle. Let's reach our dream together. We can. We are young together. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, it's time to get up. Hold your hand, feel somebody. Let's take a good step together. One spirit to go. Great. Hey,
What is going on, guys? My name is Joe Nazarino. I'm a military officer slash multi-class asset investor. I took the honor and privilege to be a part of this amazing community of empowering and energizing our Filipino youth, as well as being a supporter and a factor in their journey towards success. I'm beyond excited to be a part of this team, and I look forward to the exciting journey of motivation and future success of our Filipino youth.
Hello everyone, this is Tita Billy from Sweden, founder of Change Coach Academy and author of the upcoming book, What Size is Your Bra? I joined A
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Bradwell. You're back.
Hey, sorry. No, that's all right. Well, so let's take it from where I left it, where we left. We were saying before to get to understand how ethics really works.
Yes.
In meeting the SDGs.
Yes.
Let's start off by defining ethics itself.
Yes.
And I said, loosely speaking, ethics is basically a set of either formal or informal standards of behavior for a particular organization. And that organization could be a business, it could be a nation, it could be an NGO, it could be a professional body, it could be a geopolitical region. Meaning to say what we call ethics differs according to the organization that you belong to. What may be ethical in Asia may not necessarily be ethical in the Western world. And what may be ethical in Africa may not necessarily be ethical in another part of the world. What may be ethical, say, in the Philippines may not necessarily be ethical in Indonesia. And what may be ethical, say, to an organization, let me call it Organization X in the Philippines, may not necessarily be ethical in Organization Y in the Philippines. Meaning to say, each organization or each region, or there is no one size fits all in ethics. But that's not to say there are no ethical values that have an universal appeal. values that cut across our cultural backgrounds, our diverse cultural backgrounds, to inform the way we do things as human beings. Values such as transparency, accountability, truthfulness, these, they have a universal appeal. And they form a body of knowledge that has become known as best practices in responsible business conduct. So basically, this is our definition for ethics. Now, looking at ethics and the law, you will find that in most cases people want to confuse the two. But the law simply sets the minimum standards. Yes, there are ethical elements in any piece of law, but the law simply sets the minimum standards, and ethics goes beyond the law to invoke a spirit of self-regulation, either in the individual or in an organization or in a nation. There's that self-motivation to do the right thing before you are governed by the law. So ethics goes really beyond the law. Possibly to give an example of one case that really illustrates what happens when organizations circumvent ethical business practices. Let's look at the case of the collapse of Enron and WorldCom in the US in 2002. The leaders, the CEOs of these two organizations were celebrated as exceptional leaders for achieving exceptional performance results, which they were regularly posting on the New York Stock Exchange. But when that was happening, nobody ever considered or tried to find out by what means these organizations were making these exceptional financial performances. And it was only after the collapse of the two organizations, two business conglomerates, that people realized that these two entities engaged in unscrupulous business dealings driven by their two CEOs. So really, there is value in ethics. There's value in embracing ethics. There's value in looking at meeting the SDGs. I think we're selling one together. Now, having said this, let's look at the relationship between ethics and morals and values. In our everyday speech, these are words that we use interchangeably, meaning to say there's a very thin line that separates them. Morals basically is what we learn through socialization in our homes, in our schools. The morals that with us to the organizations that we then belong to. Ethics then is what we then learn in the organization. And values. Values, you are basically looking at the inner you, the intrinsic you, that which defines you as an individual or as an organization. Your principles, that is, as an organization, your principles as an individual. So at the end of it, you can actually talk of your ethical values, your ethical principles as an organization or as an individual. Or you can talk of your moral values as a society, your moral values as an organization. Now, having said that, let's look at the relationship between ethics, morals, and corruption. morals, ethics, and corruption. A study that we have carried out at Ethics Institute Zimbabwe in 2018 has actually revealed that in any organization, whether small or big, large, small or large, there you find three types of people in every organization. There is the morally sound people, and they make up about 10%. Then there's the morally weak, they make about 10%. Then the rest, which is 80%, is made up of people who are morally unstable. Right? We are looking at comparing ethics, morals, and corruption. Ethics, morals, and corruption. How the two ethics and morals work out to address corruption. So the first 10% of the morally sound people,
Yes, I hope you have heard me there. I didn't realize I was on mute. Yes, so greeting Kati Valdez, our lovely team leader in the Youth Empowerment Department, watching all the way from Germany. We have Nicola Kagula as well. We have Mark Barton, Justin Ho Guson, our president. Rosalie is also watching. And while waiting for our guest speaker to come back, let us just mention our partners. The ASEAN Youth Journal, Rotaract One Asia, Espamuda International Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Rotaract Alabang Madrigal Business Park, and Rotary Club of Alabang and Rotary District 3830. So just to keep you on track, we are talking about the value of ethics in meeting the Sustainable Development Goals. And our speaker is from Zimbabwe. He is the founder of Ethics Institute and also a senator in the World Business Angel Investment Fund, Bradwell, Mhonderwa. So this is a live webinar series. We are live. Anything can happen when you're live, especially when the internet connection is not really good or stable. So while waiting for Bradwell to come back, just to keep everybody on track, he mentioned about the thin line dividing the morals, ethics, and values. So he mentioned that morals are the things that we learn through socialization. It's informal in nature and measured both societally and individually. Now, when we go to an organization, this is when we learn the ethics. Learned in organization, it can be both formal and informal and measured socially. Socially. And the values is our own principles, which is the inner you. Sometimes, this is what he was saying, we interchange or use it interchangeably um, in our conversations, but that's how it is. They're all different. So ethics is not one size fits all. That's what he mentioned earlier. Um, what is ethical in the Philippines may not be ethical in the US or other way around. What is ethical in other countries might not be ethical in other countries too. So there's no one size fits all, and ethics also goes beyond the law. So most of the law that we have in every country has got ethical element on it, um, but ethics beyond goes beyond the law, and it's all about integrity. So that's how far I have followed. That's what I told you guys. Pen and paper is a must, right? So I am taking down notes while I am hosting this webinar. So I'm not just here to host, but I'm here also to learn. And let's just see. So yes, I'm thanking you all for your patience. So while waiting for our guest speaker to come back, let's play this again.
What is going on, guys? My name is Joe Nazarino. I'm a military officer slash multi-class asset investor. I took the honor and privilege to be a part of this amazing community of empowering and energizing our Filipino youth, as well as being a supporter and a factor in their journey towards success. I'm beyond excited to be a part of this team, and I look forward to the exciting journey of motivation and future success of our Filipino youth.
Hello everyone, this is Tita Billy from Sweden, founder of Change Coach Academy and author of the upcoming book, What Size Is Your Bra? I joined AYO Youth Empowerment because of you. I believe in you because you are worth it. You are the walking ambassador of yourself. You are the investment worth investing. You are the youth of today, the future leaders of tomorrow, the change makers, the shakers and movers and innovators. Dream big, whatever it is, because we are here to help you. We are here to make that a reality. Believe, receive, and achieve. Be bold, be brave, be beautiful. God bless.
Hello and good day, ASEAN youth. This is Patrick C. Pius, born and raised in the Philippines, currently stationed here in Belgium, and I am a non-commissioned officer serving in the United States Air Force. One thing I believe in is karma. Anything you do, good or bad, will eventually come back to you. It might not be the same thing that you did, but eventually it will come back to you. Really honored to be part of ASEAN Youth Organization's Youth Empowerment Philippines chapter. Kita-kits in the future.
Hi everyone, this is Carmela Lila, Mrs. Universe New Zealand 2019 and 2020. I am happily married for 20 years now and have been blessed with 3 wonderful kids. Outside work, I'd love to be part of my community, be it social, cultural, or spiritual. It has always been my passion to help other people. and create positive contribution not only to my adoptive country, New Zealand, but also across the globe. That is why I'm so excited to be part of this team, the ASEAN Youth Organization, to use my God-given talents to inspire the youth out there to feel more confidently beautiful and secure in hopes that they can actually achieve their dreams if they try and trust that their dreams are God's dream for them. Thank you so much and see you. God bless.
Yes. Welcome back. Welcome back, Bradwell. Your mic is on mute at the moment. Can you hear me? Can you hear me,
Welcome,
Bradwell?
Jamie. Hey, this.
Yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. We keep losing you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We
Yes,
can carry on. We can carry on.
thank you.
All right. Back
Yeah,
to
I
you.
just hope
Okay,
I'll be
Bradwell.
able to finish now.
All right. Yeah.
I'll try and be, I'll try and be quick so that I'll try and be quick so that we at least we have. It's all right. Thank you. I'll try and be quick so that we at least we have in time for the question and answer session. So I was looking out. The last time when we went off, we were looking at the relationship between ethics, morals, and corruption. How ethics and morals can actually be used to corruption in organizations. I said out of a research that we carried out here in Zimbabwe at the Ethics Institute, Zimbabwe. Uh, we found out that in any organization, whether small or large, there are three types of people morally. That is, the first group, the first 10% is of people that are morally sound. That is those that are principled people, people who are incorruptible, people who are ethics enthusiasts, people who are motivated to work for organizations that are ethical, people who are ready to go the extra mile in
Oh, we lost him again. All right. Thank you for your patience, everyone. We were just talking about the three types of people based on the research, based on the findings or research of Ethics Institute in Zimbabwe back in 2018. There are three types of people in any organization, whether it's large or small. They are the morally sound, who has a good upbringing, morally weak, who has criminal tendencies, and morally unstable, which can be easily swayed by the wind. Of course, it's no brainer. We want to be on the first one, which is morally sound with a good upbringing. There you go. So that's what the last one that he was saying. And I would like to say hello to Hani Jean Dikdik and Samonte. Welcome here in ASEAN Youth Organization. She is the mom of our virtual guest performer, Rio Samonte. We have Cari Valdez, our lovely team leader. Yes. Kuya, kudos for your professionality. Good noon here in the Philippines. Yes, welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you are all doing well and keeping safe, and you all had your lunch. So that's where we are right now, and I believe um, Bradwell is nearly in the end of his presentation. So please, if you have any questions, please write it on the comment section, whether you are in Facebook or in YouTube. I'm also live streaming on my personal Facebook page. And just a little reminder for everyone. Wash your hands or sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask and maintain a safe distance. Yes, so please drop your questions on the comment section and we will ask your questions to our guest speaker. So, as what I have mentioned earlier, the aim of this webinar is to promote entrepreneurial skills, business skills, especially during this global crisis wherein we are all aware that lots of millions, in fact, millions of jobs were lost because of this global crisis, because of pandemic. And looking back, the education system, it has actually taught us a lot, but then at the same time, um, I personally have realized that um, we are we are being prepared to work as employees, but there is more to that one. This is our message to our youth of today that there's more to um, being employed in a large, in a huge company that is paying really good money, but we have to look beyond what's out there, and that is actually building our own business. Um, I myself is a really big fan of education. I love studying. I love studying, but I've come to realize that as just like what I have quoted earlier from the famous American motivational speaker Jim Rohn. He said, "Formal education can make us a living, but self-education can make us a fortune." When you say self-education, it could be formal or informal, but it's something that is related to what you really want in your life. Um, Back in the days, I don't know if it still exists. I've been here in London for like 21 years now, and um, nurse Philippines is the biggest what do you call this one exporter of nurses around the world. So everybody's going into nursing, and most parents, of course, would like their children to be successful. And in order to for somebody to be able to come out of the country and work in abroad is to go into nursing. So everybody goes to nursing, and even if it's something that you don't like personally, people go into nursing. But I've come across a lot of colleagues as well that that was the situation. They were um, they were swayed, or they were encouraged. They were told by their parents to go to nursing, go to nursing, go to nursing, or whatever profession. But they come to love it eventually. But the point I'm trying to say here is you have to know um, what is true to you. As what Bradwell was saying earlier, an organization, whether it's small or big, has to define their own ethics. their own values, the inner you. What is it that you really would like to do? It's not. I'm not saying to disobey your parents, but this is what I'm saying. I don't know if it still exists during this time, but during our time, it is like that. If you come from a family of doctors, you have to be a doctor. You have to be a teacher. You have to be a lawyer. But uh, please, to all the youth of today, uh, define what is really true to you and follow that. Um, Look at all the successful and wealthy people around us. They don't have, some of them or even most of them didn't really finish college education. I'm not anti education, but we have to look beyond what's out there. Um, all these wealthy and successful people are the ones who are building businesses, changing the world. They are the ones who are employing the professionals. And well, in terms of self-education, it's something that we have to invest on ourselves. When you say investment, it's not just money; it's also your time and effort. It's time and effort. You have to invest. You have to make the commitment, make that investment, make sure that you sharpen your tools, whatever industry you want to go to, whether it's medical, whether you want to be a lawyer. You have to invest time and money to learn that. And once you have established yourself, then think about building your own, building something for yourself. That's what a good friend of mine, he said, he's a nurse as well. He said, why stay as a nurse if you can build your own nursing home or hospital, even hospital, right? So this is the message for today. As what was mentioned earlier, it's all about creating our own economy, especially these days that millions of jobs were lost. If we only rely our on the formal education that we had, say for me, for instance, I'm just so lucky that I am in the nursing profession, that I was able to keep my job. But what about all those people who lost their job? If you are just going to rely on that profession that you have learned for 4 years or even 10 years, and you didn't bother learning these entrepreneurial skills or having this business mind mindset, then it will be kind of really difficult. But if you have these entrepreneurial skills in you, you are you became interested in learning business skills. Even if you lose your job, you can still build something for yourself, and that's the power of having entrepreneurial and business skills. Because even for me, for instance, if I lose my job, I wouldn't worry at all, because if I have that entrepreneurial skills, I can just make something out of nothing, sell it, look for a problem, look for opportunity. This global crisis is actually an opportunity. This is an opportunity to, to look for problem, because every problem presents an opportunity to provide a solution. And once you got that solution, there you go. You are providing service to a lot of people, and at the same time, if uh, money and financial freedom is what you want, that is the way to go. Now, our guest speaker is back, so let me just bring him back. Welcome, Bradley. Welcome back.
Hey, it's been a struggle. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great to have you back. Bradwell.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
So back to
It's
you.
been
Back to you,
it's,
Bradwell.
it's really been a struggle.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
It's all right. Thank you.
All right.
Uh, I've looked at ethics, morals, and corruption. You, and then I'd finished on that. Did you get that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's right. Where I spoke about the morally sound 10%, the morally weak 10%, and the morally unstable 80%, sorry, 80%. And that whilst we have this 80% morally unstable, this is the group that an organization can actually use to turn around the ethics environment of an organization. The advantage with this group is that they are willing to change, much as they are stable. They go with the wind. If the organization is unethical, there is corruption in the organization, they tend to also become corrupt, justifying it on statements like, is the way things are done these days, right? Or you can't, these days, you can't do anything without paying a bribe because the environment is corrupt. So they also become corrupt. But if an organization there is to introduce strong ethics in its operations, it is this group again, the ethics, that's willing to change, depending with the level of commitment shown by the organization's leadership in introducing strong ethics in its operations. So when they see that there is commitment at the highest level in bringing in strong ethics, this same group, the 80%, so willing to become ethical, to go with the commitment of the leadership, introduction of strong ethics. So really that can create a turnaround in behavior, change in the organization, such that those that are morally weak, we have criminal tendencies, who engage in unscrupulous business practices, become exposed at the end of the day, and they have to manage themselves out of the organization, or disciplinary processes will need to be taken so that at the end of the day the organization rids itself of such people. Now, having said that, let's look at the evolution of ethics. The evolution of ethics globally is tended to follow 3 stages. 3 stages. First stage being the unethical mode, which normally characterizes businesses in underdeveloped countries and developing countries, where people justify doing wrong on the need to survive. You know, I think you've heard about the bread first ethics later mantra. People think that it is justifiable to do wrong, to steal from organizations, to engage in corruption, embezzlement of funds, because they want to survive. So in such organizations, you get widespread corruption, bribery, and it's a free for all kind of a situation that's not conducive for the growth of the business, for profitability, and even the meeting of SDGs. Then the second stage is where organizations or businesses now begin to realize the need for ethics. The first generation ethics. You begin to realize the need for ethics. You possibly try and develop a code of ethics, but you don't implement it. There is no enforcement of that code. Then the last stage, the third stage, being the stage where the organization or the business actually realizes the value of ethics, and after developing the code with the involvement of everybody in the organization, right from the board up to the last person in the organization, you implement the code with the participation of every member of the organization. You actually have it as you have it as a learning tool, right? An action learning tool in the organization, and you're actually able to evaluate the performance of the code after a certain period of time, and you are actually able to report to your stakeholders about the performance of that code, such that when you have such processes in place after a certain period of time, to say we have been able to develop an ethical culture that informs our conduct in the organization and supports our competitiveness and things like that. Now, having said that, what organization then needs to do is to develop an ethical culture. An ethical culture using strong ethics. But for that to happen, there has to be commitment at the highest level. Commitment by leaders in the organization. And the organization also has to put in place infrastructure that supports the development of an ethical culture. It has to assign responsibilities and accountabilities on ethics to avoid a situation where no one is responsible because everyone is responsible. A case that you find in many organizations. People want to talk about ethics, but they don't want to practice it. But here I'm saying ethics can be practiced if there's commitment at the highest level to introduce strong ethics in the operations of the organization. So really, with strong ethics, SDGs are attainable. Remember, when we started, we noticed that the triple bottom line is just as good as the SDGs. When you achieve the triple bottom line, you are attaining the SDGs. The profit, people, planet, element. So besides meeting the SDGs using ethics, using strong ethics in an organization, there are also other benefits that are accrued, like a good reputation, improving your competitiveness as a business, attracting foreign funding, cheap funding from investors, attracting international respect, and even attracting competent staff in your organization. Let me end there and possibly give more time for the question and answer session. Jenny, I'm concluding here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bradwell.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. Yes, I can hear you. I can.
So, Bradwell, thank you very much for your time. And I know we had some challenges
time. And
with the
we had some challenges with the
I'm having an echo.
having an echo.
Yeah, it actually disturbed the flow of my presentation, and I just said, "Oh, what is this?" But anyway.
All right. Yeah. So,
Hello, Jamie.
So, just one question.
So we are now
Yes.
in the question and answer portion. So, how important?
Hello.
So, how
Yes.
important?
Can you hear me? How important is
Yes. Can you
entrepreneurial
hear me?
skills
Yes.
in this world?
Entrepreneurial skills in this world.
This world, yeah. How
Yeah,
important is it?
it's business. That it is business. Yes, they are quite important. Why? Because it is business, especially private business, that drives economies. So the youth's participation in forming businesses, in establishing startups, these economies are able to meet the SDGs. Because when an economy thrives, it means the economy is able to address poverty in its society. The economy is able to address issues to do with empowerment of marginalized groups and things like that. Yes. I don't know if that answers you, Jamie.
That's really true. It's actually businesses that drives the economy, especially during this time of global crisis. Everything
Mhm.
was shut down,
Okay.
and it will take time. Um, it will take time for the economy to recover. But how are we going to do our part, as individuals? And if there will be nobody who will sell a product or a service, there won't be any movement of money in the economy. That's what you said. Businesses drives the economy. It's not the government, right? That's what most people think, that we blame the government, all these things for our misfortunes, for what is happening. But actually, it's the businesses. It's the entrepreneurs who drive the economy. So entrepreneurs really play a very important role in the economy of the society or organization. So with this pandemic, the global crisis, how long you think it will take for uh, an economy to recover?
Sorry, can you come again with the question?
Yeah. So we are in global
Can you
crisis
come
at the
again with the
moment.
question?
Yeah. We are in. Can you hear me, Bradwell? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So we are in global crisis because of this
Yes.
pandemic. How long do you think it will take for the economy to recover?
Hey, that's a difficult question. but 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 obviously, uh, I think the measures that the world is taking at the moment to address the pandemic will certainly see us coming out of the situation in the near future. The vaccines that nations are now accessing. I think this disease, at the end of it all, it will just be like any other disease. Because really, we have lived with quite a number of these viral diseases,
Yeah.
and we have managed to contain them, so that we live with them, and our economies don't stop. So I'm seeing a situation where, of course, there's been a lot of an uneasiness with the coming of this pandemic, this coronavirus, but ultimately we should be able to live with it and carry on with our businesses, our normal day-to-day activities. It's not going to be far. I mean, that's my personal. Yes.
So in our
Did you get that?
thank you- yes, yes. Thank you for answering that question.
Hello, Jamie?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for answering that question. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
How can somebody develop entrepreneurial skills?
Hello,
Can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you.
How can somebody develop entrepreneurial skills? What are the steps that they should take?
Oh. Sorry, can you come again with your question?
How can somebody,
I didn't get your question.
yeah, how can somebody develop entrepreneurial skills? How can they start?
Development of entrepreneurial skills. Yeah. Well, I think there are quite a number of courses offered by quite a number of colleges, universities. Basic courses, of course, they are also there for every level, and these courses are very key. you need to have a strong appreciation of things to do with planning a business, issues of marketing, strategic planning, issues of accounting. How do you account for the money that flows into the business? The basic ideas, you need to have them before you start your idea of establishing a business. I think those things are quite basic, But of course, above it all, your commitment. You should have passion. Passion is what drives business. It's more than anything else. We have people who have not gone to school, but who are running very successful businesses. Not because they have acquired some knowledge somewhere, but simply because they've anchored their commitment on passion for what you want to achieve. So really, of course, business entrepreneurial skills are needed as you go. But main issue should be passion. Do you have the passion to establish the business that you want to establish? Yes, Jamie.
I have mentioned that one earlier that
Yes.
even those people who didn't finish school are running successful businesses.
Uh-huh.
That is very true. Do you think our educational system is supporting entrepreneurs, our formal education?
Sorry, I can't. Oh,
The the educational system
I
that we
didn't get
have,
that one.
yeah, the educational system that we have right now,
Yes.
are they? Can we safely say that they are promoting or supporting entrepreneurial skills?
Okay. Yes, to some extent. To some extent, yes, but I believe not so much. Why? Because it's mainly academic. Of course, to have that academic appreciation of subjects like relevant subjects like marketing, planning, and the related subjects. That's fine, but I think the focus should be more on the practicality of those ideas. Most of our colleges, most of our universities, they are not really doing much to ensure that the subject of entrepreneurship is feathered practically. You see, there's very little that our education system today is doing to really grow successful entrepreneurs. That's what I think that the current education system is doing to actually support that. Though, of course, the basic knowledge that they provide, fine. But I think entrepreneurship is more, should be more of a practical subject than anything else.
That's true.
Yes,
That's true.
yes,
I was just listening. I just want to give a little bit of sharing. I was listening to Simon Sinek. It's about the Gordon, about the book about the start with the why. So he said, in terms of business, there are those people. It's all about partnership and collaboration. I think you have mentioned that one in your presentation as well. Can you hear me, Bradwell?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's all about collaboration, and there are people who
I
are the
can't hear
white.
you clearly, but I hear you've mentioned something to do with.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, okay. I
I
think
didn't get that one.
would like to share. Yeah, what I would like to share is, according to Simon Sinek, people who are white types, and there are people who are the how
Mhm.
types. As what you mentioned, I'm just trying
Mhm.
to make a correlation about what you said earlier, that entrepreneurship should be something on the practical side rather than the theoretical side. Because it's, according to Simon Sinek, it's like a partnership wherein there is a person who is a white type, who sees the vision, the vision. He knows, he imagines the destination, but he doesn't know the route on how to get to that destination. Now, on the other hand, there is a type of person who is a how type of person who knows the route and how to get to the destination. These are the people, as what you said, this is the people you said has to be the practical ones, right? They are the ones who build the system, who build the structure, and they know how to do it. So that's why it's a collaboration between the white type and the how type person, and we see that a lot in business world as well. Somebody has the vision, and then somebody does the mission. The vision is a statement, the future of what the company wants to achieve. But on the other hand, it's the mission. It is the action on how you're going to achieve that vision. So it's a partnership. Sort of, um, relating to what you have said earlier, that entrepreneurship should be something more on the practical side rather than the theoretical side. I think that's what I would like to share. So,
Unfortunately, yeah, I can't get the question clearly. It's sometimes I get parts of it, sometimes I don't get parts of it, and then at the end of it, I'm not so clear about the question now. So sorry about that.
no worries, no
Possibly
worries.
try and be brief on it. Try and be. Because I heard you spoke about collaborations,
Yeah, yeah.
and then after I couldn't hear what you were saying. Mhm.
All right.
Possibly just make it brief. Just make it brief. Yeah.
It was actually, I just shared something, a book that I have read. It wasn't a question. It was a question.
Yes.
Did you get that,
I
Bradley?
can't hear you.
All right.
I did. Yeah, the network is just.
Not to
That's
worry,
something.
not to worry, not to worry. Bradwell,
Mm-hmm.
we would like to thank you for your time. I know you have been, you're very busy as well with all the things you do there in Zimbabwe. But we are grateful and we are honored with your presence
Mm-hmm.
and the knowledge that you have given to us, the young people here in uh, Southeast Asian. Uh, are there anything? Is there anything else that you would like to say to our young people here in the ASEAN before we?
Okay, just some few parting shots. Yes, really, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. I can see there's quite a lot of energy in you. I saw it on the clips that you flighted. You know, the guys are full of energy. I just liked it. The world belongs to the youth. The world belongs to the young. They are the leaders of tomorrow, the great businessmen of tomorrow. The sky is the limit for them. The so-called third world needs the young today. It is you, the young, who are going to drive our third world economies into first world economies. I'm really impressed with what's happening in Southeast Asia. Looking at good examples like Malaysia itself, Indonesia, you've done great things in terms of improving your economies. And we look forward to Philippines, to the Philippines youth doing the same for their country. Yes, yes, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thank you very
That's
much,
that's
Bradwell.
that's all I can say. Yeah.
Thank you, Bradwell. Stay safe and take care there.
Thank you. It's all right. Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
There you go. Thank you very much, everyone, for your patience. We had challenges with the internet connection, but we made it, and I hope you guys learned something. I have learned something. I've taken down notes myself. I have to keep track. So, what is your takeaway? It is our intention that you guys spent your time here for about an hour and a half, and we would like you to have taken away something from our webinar. And I really like what Bradwell said. The third world country needs the youth of today. The youth of today is the future who will elevate the third world countries into a first world country, and that is through having those business and entrepreneurial skills. That's what I really like with what Bradwell said. So let's wrap this up, and I'm very thankful for your patience for staying with us. We had challenges with our internet connection, but it's been a pleasure being your host in today's webinar. Again, I would like to thank our partners, ASEAN Youth Journal, Rotaract One ASEAN, Espamuda International Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Rotaract Alabang, Madrigal Business Park, Rotary Club of Alabang, and Rotary District 3830. And yes, I would like to greet our youth empowerment team. And they are watching right now. And thank you very much, everyone. And please keep watching all the useful webinars here in the ASEAN Youth Organization. Um, the most important thing is we have internet, we have all the mobile devices, we have all what we need already. It's just up to us how we utilize it, how we recognize it to our own advantage. But guys, the youth of today, our lovely and energetic young people here in the ASEAN Youth Organization, utilize and take advantage of all the live webinars that is happening on this web page. And it's all for free. You just need to like it and obviously tune in. Um, a lot of webinars that we can use to our advantage. A lot of topics, as what we said earlier. Formal education is the academic education that will give us that can make us a living. But self-education, investing our time and our efforts in things like this, webinars especially, it's free. It won't cost you anything but just your time and effort in tuning in and see what's happening. Can do us a lot of will do us a lot of good in our future. So this is Jeremy, your host, and thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And bye for now. That's what I would like to say. So this is Jeremy of Germination. Always remember, the quality of our life will depend on the quality of the thoughts that we are thinking. Always plant that seeds of positivity in your mind every single day so that one day you will see the better version of yourself. So this is Jeremy of Germination. I'm a part of the ASEAN Youth Organization Youth Empowerment Department. Saying bye to all of you. Stay safe and bless you all. Bye for now.
Since the sunshine comes from the east, till the light of the dark is coming, we are all open our eyes, we are all open our heart, we are all open our mind under the same sky. Not only one in blood and land, not only one on skin's color and language. We have one spirit, we're one in struggle. Let's reach our dream together. We can, we are young together. Hey, hey, it's time to get up. Follow and build somebody. Set to go, we step together. One spirit to go. Great. Not only one in blood and land, not only one on skin's color and language. We have one spirit, we're one in struggle. Let's reach our dream together.